Tucson, Arizona. It's time for 51 married ladies to compete for the crown of Mrs. America. Start waving the flags for a beauty competition unlike any you've seen before.
I'm a wife. I have 3 small children. I work full-time for the FBI.
Witness the emotion.
Oh, I cannot tell you. Oh, my goodness. I'm touched.
The honesty.
I think I might be the only one here without any silicone.
Crazy costume.
Oh, my gosh.
Now, we'll have saggy tips. We'll fix it.
Excuse me?
Tips. Snowflake tips.
Competitions that are physical. Competitions that get quizzical.
Tequila. We just threw back 3 shots.
I'm gonna hurl.
Whoa, wow.
See what really happens behind the scenes at a beauty pageant.
It's unfortunate that the claws will come out at the end.
See what they'll say.
I'm not done.
You're taking a picture.
Oh, you win.
And what they'll do to win. It's all or nothing, or anything, to win over $100,000 worth of prizes and the crown of Mrs. America.
Yes, I look like crap.
And now, from the beautiful Lowe's Ventana Canyon Resort in Tucson, Arizona, your host, Mr. John O'Hurley.
Whoa, thank you. Hello. And I got to tell you, you've got to give yourself a hand for being the most attractive audience anywhere on television. Look at this out here. Absolutely. Tuxedos, sequins, as far as I can see. It looks like the Liberace starter kit out there. It is such a pleasure to be back with the 30th annual edition of Mrs. America. Tonight, you are going to meet the most beautiful married women in America. Every one of them is a winner from the 50 United States and also the District of Columbia. They represent more than 65 million married women in the country. It's kind of what we like to call America's greatest natural resource. And tonight, at the spectacular Lowe's Ventana Canyon Resort, our TV cameras are going to capture all the excitement and the crowning of a brand new Mrs. America right here under the stars in Tucson. Tonight, you are going to see 52 of the most beautiful married women in the world. One from every single state in the Union and also the District of Columbia. Now, if you're counting, that's actually 51, and I said 52, because that still leaves one, and for me, there is only one. Ladies and gentlemen, would you please put your hands together for my wife and my co-host this evening, my lovely wife, Lisa O'Hurley. Oh, you look outstanding. And by the way, you are outstanding.
Well, we come as a set.
You did. You brought the entire family with you. Ladies and gentlemen, Lisa and I are expecting our first child in December.
Thank you. I'm really happy that I am pregnant during this event because I think that pregnancy is an important part of course, being a wife and a mother and maybe potential Mrs. America.
Indeed it is. This is the first anywhere that an expectant mom is hosting a television special. And one especially that is about married women. So we want to thank WeTV, and of course, I want to thank my wife, Lisa. And I want you to know that no matter what happens on stage tonight, that you are always my Mrs. America.
Oh, I will take comfort in that as I waddle backstage.
Thank you again. My wife, Lisa. Now, our ladies range in age from 23 to 44. The average age is 31. They range from the absolutely gorgeous to the absolutely stunning. But now, there's work to do, so take a good look, pick a favorite to cheer for. Who knows, maybe she'll win. But get ready to help us find a brand new Mrs. America. And we get started with a close-up of our ladies. It's time for a change, and Lisa's backstage while they're doing it. Lisa?
Well, you want madness backstage. Take one room and add 51 women and a bunch of costumes.
I almost slipped on my butt out there. A zip. I really need a zip, please.
I'm here with Mrs. Alabama, a lovely butterfly. What's the inspiration for your costume?
Our state butterfly is not actually the monarch, but it is the eastern swallowtail. But I find that the monarch butterfly is more beautiful, so I just chose this one.
Well, it is, and it's especially beautiful on you. And I'm wondering, does that come in my size?
Of course it does. Size fits all.
Oh, you think? That's the crazy scene backstage as our ladies get ready for the next competition. To you, John.
Thank you, my darling. Our ladies have spent almost 2 solid weeks together here in Tucson. Now, that means time for a lot of fun, a lot of sun, and, well, let's take a look.
Let's go. Bonus points for that one. You go. Let's go. Bye.
Are these the sounds you'd expect from contestants in a beauty pageant?
Yes, I look like crap.
Tequila.
Oh my gosh! Ah! Tastes like hamburger.
Well, we told you there is a difference between a Mrs. competition and all the rest.
Rock and roll. You helped it. Lime.
That was
We just threw back 3 shots of water. Hold on.
I won't be able to walk after this.
And took a shot of tequila and jumped in the pool.
The delegates have participated in several team and individual competitions to earn points that would allow 2 additional ladies to join the top 10 finalists on pageant night. First up, teams of 3 raced to the spectacular Lowe's Ventana Canyon Resort on a scavenger hunt.
Okay, we have to get some fatigue.
Okay.
We have to take off our makeup and wear a cowboy hat. So, trying to do that.
You have no makeup.
Cowboy hat? Okay.
What's it say? They're right here. It's still smelling like tequila.
Is that it? Can we stop? Yes. I'm going to trail. I didn't fix the brake. Let's go.
Ah, they're taking it! Oh, here's one! Don't fail us now! Okay, got it. Let's go. I lost my teeth. They got one right here. How do you know my teeth? I'm sorry.
Well, there was only 2 of them.
Okay. We're done. Okay, let's go.
I think I got lost because I got wasted on the shot.
But we got all of them, even the bonuses, so no pain, no gain.
I'm gonna hurl.
While the scavenger hunt tested the girls' speed and creativity, this next contest tested their curiosity.
Welcome to the Mrs. America Quiz Show.
It involved facts about the Tucson area and the hotel itself, fun places we've been, such as the old Tucson Studios, the Tanque Verde Ranch, etc. So I personally was going around all of these events, taking mental notes, and it's just a lot of fun. I love trivia.
Our last spot is for Mrs. Minnesota.
Earlier in the week, all of these beautiful ladies took a written trivia quiz. The top 10 scorers were then selected to this final challenge.
Okay, ladies, this is ultimate elimination. If you missed one, you're back in the peanut gallery. Which delegate has an identical twin? Ladies, please show me your answers.
So wrong.
There is only one person that got this correct. So, the Mrs. America Quiz Show champion is Mrs. Minnesota.
I was glad I was paying attention on that bus.
This next event seemed to be the ultimate challenge.
Well, we come up to this area and there's this table completely set out with all these babies that have dirty diapers, and we're asked to change the diapers as fast as we can.
And I thought to myself, where's my husband? He needs to be here to be changing these diapers because that would be a real competition.
Go!
Nasty. Just a little concerned about what the child's eating.
Okay, go to Carolina.
Oh, I cannot tell you. Oh, my goodness. I'm touched.
Go!
After 5 rounds, the finalists take their positions for the Diaper Derby Finals.
Go!
Finally, speed, cleanliness, and diapering technique gives the winning points to Mrs. Washington.
I'm still shaking. I can't believe I beat moms who actually diaper babies every day. And, you know, I'm like, haven't diapered a baby for 23 years.
Well, like any modern married woman, Mrs. America has to go from diapering to pampering her husband. And when we come back, we're going to pamper you with a dazzling display of incredible costumes from our giant parade of states. So don't you dare go away.
Coming up, it's those wild and wacky costumes.
It just got bigger and bigger and bigger. But...
And for the first time in the 30-year history of the Mrs. America contest, we reveal what really happens in those preliminary interviews.
That 4 minutes, oh my gosh.
That's next on the 30th annual Mrs. America TV special. And now, welcome back to the search for a brand new Mrs. America.
One of the greatest highlights of the Mrs. America experience are the stunning and imaginative costumes that the women bring with them from their home states. And every costume, no matter how far out, has something to do with the land that they call home. So let's take a look.
We are getting ready to go to rehearsal to get our costumes together.
I'm a little teapot. No, I'm kidding.
Walt Disney, his childhood home was in Missouri. And so I am Snow White, and it's a lot of fun.
It's supposed to be a purple violet, but it looks like an eggplant, but that's there.
Kansas is the sunflower state, so I thought I'd be a sunflower.
Oh my gosh. Does this look familiar? I'm a fish. I'm going to be this huge red fish. There, from the Seattle Seahawks.
My state costume is an igloo. It's inflatable and very sparkly, and I think it's going to really represent the stereotypes of Alaska that we're really trying to squash. So I'm excited about that.
My mother-in-law and my husband and my mother made this costume. It was my idea. And it seemed like a good idea at the time, and then they started making it. It just got bigger and bigger and bigger.
My state costume is the Phoenix Firebird. I have this huge headdress full of bright orange and yellow and red colors and gold. I have these big wings that come down, and it's a leotard. So it should be really, really fun.
You're catching my melting in Arizona.
Right now we're rehearsing with our largest pieces of our costumes. I am not only a Georgia peach, but I am an entire basket full of Georgia peaches. I'm practicing the maneuvering on it right now.
So we got to figure out who can be on steps, who can't be on steps, and still kind of keep that flow. Who has to come and that's when I have to go behind them and hold the costume as they, you know, we have to figure that out.
And this is just a little latex kind of rubbery little torch that cost me $5, and I embellished it quite, with Swarovski crystals and beads and whatnot. And this underneath part is a bra from Macy's.
I have saggy tips. We'll fix them.
Excuse me?
Tips. Snowflake tips.
During preliminary judging, 10 finalists are selected. The winner of the state costume competition will be announced in just a few minutes.
It really is exemplary of so many things about a person. And that is, how goofy are they willing to look? You know, how creative are they as far as relating their costume to the state? And what I love is the whimsy of it all.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is always fun to present the latest edition of the weird, the wacky, and the wonderful state costumes from all across our country that the ladies bring with them. It is Mrs. America's traditional Parade of the States, and ladies, take it away.
Mrs. Alabama, Monica Drake. Mrs. Alaska, Michelle Martin. Mrs. Arizona, Diane Tucker. Mrs. Arkansas, Kim Nash. Mrs. California, Cheryl Ellison. Mrs. Colorado, Marnie Duckworth. Mrs. Connecticut, Billy Joe Anderson. Mrs. Delaware, Laura Fidel. Mrs. District of Columbia, Brenda Cullen. Mrs. Florida, Evie Alexopoulos. Mrs. Georgia, Robin Mason. Mrs. Hawaii, Charlene Nakamoto. Mrs. Idaho, Elizabeth Amar. Mrs. Illinois, Julie Reinhardt. Mrs. Indiana, Brielle Walls. Mrs. Iowa, Katie Scott. Mrs. Kansas, Jill Putzier. Mrs. Kentucky, Sean Nordheim. Mrs. Louisiana, Nomika Guillory. Mrs. Maine, Heather Clark. Mrs. Maryland, Patty Marcos. Mrs. Massachusetts, Stephanie Brothers. Mrs. Michigan, Jody Bernhardt. Mrs. Minnesota, Holly Ernst. Mrs. Mississippi, Christy Cavett. Mrs. Missouri, Lainey Beatsma. Mrs. Montana, Sheriff Hamilton. Mrs. Nebraska, Jennifer Bradley. Mrs. Nevada, Victoria Brose. Mrs. New Hampshire, Jessica Plant. Mrs. New Jersey, Christina Rock Sampson. Mrs. New Mexico, Shannon Woodside. Mrs. New York, Lydia Goldsmith. Mrs. North Carolina, Stacy Wallace. Mrs. North Dakota, Sheldon Fletcher. Mrs. Ohio, Lisa Pepsney. Mrs. Oklahoma, Chastity Anderson. Mrs. Oregon, Katie McKibben. Mrs. Pennsylvania, Dr. Jill Snyder. Mrs. Rhode Island, Barry Ann Lynch. Mrs. South Carolina, Jennifer Graham. Mrs. South Dakota, Jill Heinert. Mrs. Tennessee, Tracy Patterson. Mrs. Texas, Tracy Elliott. Mrs. Utah, Drennan Baker. Mrs. Vermont, Barbara Yankee. Mrs. Virginia, Erica Kerwin. Mrs. Washington, Patricia Blair. Mrs. West Virginia, Gidget Stover. Mrs. Wisconsin, Shannon Martin. Mrs. Wyoming, Amy McWilliams.
This is America's Parade of States. Give them a hand again. The judges say that this year's best costume belongs to Mrs. Alaska. I do have to ask you, when you go out to dinner in Anchorage, and you find that you walk into the restaurant and another lady's wearing your outfit. Are you a little surprised? What did you think? What was your inspiration for this?
You know, we just decided that everybody who ever visits or meets somebody from Alaska always asks if we live in igloos, and we don't live in igloos, but we can wear igloos.
Well, congratulations. Mrs. Alaska. We have never before allowed cameras to show any of the Mrs. America official preliminary competition for the top 10 semifinalists. But this year, we're going to break our own rule. For the first time, you're invited to take a sneak peek. Our ladies were judged 25% on swimwear, 25% on evening gown, which you're going to see right here as it happens tonight. But the most important judging, 50% of the total, comes from the personal interviews on their character, their poise, their personality, and those took place before tonight's broadcast.
It's preliminary night and we're getting ready.
The preliminary pageant for Mrs. America takes place only a few days before the final pageant, and family and friends were geared up and ready to go. Meanwhile, backstage, the hustle and bustle was in full effect as the ladies readied themselves for the crucial competition.
I'm ready to go. I love competition, and it's on.
Right now, I'm just taking it all in, getting myself ready, getting taped and tucked.
A little enthusiasm, excitement, some nerves. Just making sure we know what we're doing. Hate to go out there and just go blank.
I have a lot of people here, my family, and I saw them. They all have red shirts on for Nebraska.
The ladies looked great in those Carol Weir swimsuits. And earlier in the week, a few of the gals showed off those suits poolside at the Lowe's Ventana Canyon Resort.
I think I might be the only one here without any silicone. So I was talking to my husband and I said, hey, hon, I think it's time for a boob job. He said, no, I'm very sorry. We need a new floor first.
And once the swimsuit competition came to a close, it was a quick change into the glamorous evening gowns.
So Lisa?
I'm anxious to get out there in evening gowns. I think swimsuit was the hardest part. Now that it's over, it's all fun now.
Last minute touches?
I love the formal gown competition because you get to see everybody's creativity of whatever gown they brought to the national competition.
The preliminaries also saw the awarding of a very special Super Smile Award.
The 2006 Best Smile Award goes to Mrs. Hawaii.
And of course, the most important part of the prelim process, with a whopping 50% of the ladies' score, would come from the interviews.
This is showtime. But walking through those doors is where the real competition begins.
What do you think about immigration rights?
I'm definitely a supporter of doing it legally, the immigration legally.
The ladies had the daunting task of impressing the judges in only 4 minutes of face-to-face time with each one.
Wow. And I have 76 first cousins on one side.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I get so much joy from working with the little ones because I promote personal financial literacy.
For 13 years, I've been dedicated to the issues of empowering women to change their world.
I'm a wife. I have 3 small children. I work full-time for the FBI.
That 4 minutes, oh my gosh. It was like 30 seconds. That's what it seemed like.
I could not have asked the Mrs. America pageant for a better group of judges. They did their job in selecting some wonderful people.
Well, now the search for Mrs. America gets really serious. When we come back, we're going to reveal the names of the top 10 semifinalists going on for the title of Mrs. America.
Coming up, we'll introduce you to the 10 semifinalists. And the bonus competitions open the door for 2 more lucky ladies. And now the search for America's #1 married woman continues. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome back all the winning women of Mrs. America.
And there they are, ladies and gentlemen, the wonderful and talented 51 married women of Mrs. America's class of 2006. And don't they look lovely in their swimwear by
Carol Weir and the special occasion shoes by Saucus.
Now, each one of them won their state championship to get here. But now, it's time to move on. We're about to find our 10 semi-finalists for the crown of Mrs. America. And I have those names in this envelope. You know, the reigning Mrs. America, Andrea Proust, told us that when she stepped out on the stage last year, she looked up at the stars and she made a wish. And obviously it worked. So ladies, the stars are up there. And I have the envelope. Now the names are in no particular order. When and if I call your name, please come forward. Good luck. One and all. Our first semi-finalist is Mrs. Georgia. Our second semi-finalist is Mrs. Wyoming. Semi-finalist number 3 is Mrs. Alaska. Our fourth semi-finalist is Mrs. Washington. Our fifth semi-finalist, Mrs. Louisiana. Well, there we are. We're halfway there. Let's say we take a break. Just trying to whip the crowd into a frenzy. Our sixth semi-finalist is Mrs. Utah. Semi-finalist number 7 is Mrs. Nebraska. Three more to go. And number 8 is Mrs. Arizona. Two more, you can feel the excitement. Number 9 is Mrs. Ladies and gentlemen, we are just one name away. Good luck to all of you. Our 10th semi-finalist is Mrs. Iowa. There they are, ladies and gentlemen. Please congratulate our top 10 finalists for the title of Mrs. America. And we say thanks and good luck to all of our wonderful women of Mrs. America 2006. Now, our semifinalist ranks are not actually closed. Not yet, and certainly not by a long shot. In another first for Mrs. America this year, our ladies were invited to enter into their choice of special performance competitions. And these additional performance points have been added to their judging scores. This extra competition helps put 2 more lucky women into our semifinalist ranks. And what kind of special competitions were they, you might ask? Well, here's your answer.
Oh gosh, we're here in the middle of the desert, rolling hills, beautiful mountains, lots of horses, cactus everywhere. Talk about a real Western.
When you're in the Wild West, you gotta go Western. And these gals did by kicking off their individual bonus competitions and whooping it up at Tucson's Tanca Verde Ranch. Some of the delegates chose barrel racing for their individual competition.
We're the Rhinestone Cowboys.
Yes. Listen, we're not worried about the cute name. We're just worried about winning.
That's right.
The stakes are high because these gals have a lot riding on this event.
Bring it, bring it, bring it. Nothing about horses, but that's what's going to make this great. Is we're just going to chew on this grass and have a good time. Yeah. Half the job is looking the part. That's right. We look doggone good.
The most challenging part was steering the horse, but once you kind of felt the rhythm of the horse, it really worked out well.
There were 5 different teams with 3 different cowgirls on each team. We took the combining totals of all 3 teammates.
We added all the scores together. The Rhinestone Cowgirls won it all.
The winning teammates each earned 25 points, and Mrs. Oklahoma rode away with an additional 50 for the fastest time. After a scenic ride through the foothills, these ladies worked up quite an appetite. So several range hands treated everyone to a true cowboy breakfast.
The ride up here was fantastic. We got to bring up the rear of the trail ride, so we're kind of last in line to get our pancakes, but it's been an awesome experience so far.
But I have to tell you, the scenery and the girls and the camaraderie that we have, it's just been wonderful. Scenery is beautiful, spectacular. Go, go!
The pitch and putt princesses.
The blonde bomb. We are the mean chippers.
Next, we had to steer these ladies onto a different course, where several delegates tried to putt, chip, and drive their way to victory at the beautiful Lodge at Ventana Canyon Golf Course. The competitions continue with perhaps the hottest one of all, the Terracotta Contestant Cook-Off.
So how do you overtake me this morning? Can you get us a new greyhound? Yeah, I think I inhaled that. Milano chili puree that's on the bottom as a garnish, as well as a sweet potato puree. And then we have roasted asparagus and roasted summer squash and red peppers. Little sour cream because our chicken is hot like we are. And it has it is a blackened chicken finished with molasses and brown sugar.
It is a lime cilantro chicken mixture, and we presented it with soft taco toppings. It's reflective of the Southwestern Art Deco theme in the area.
Seasoned chicken, goat cheese, the mushrooms that we had, and garnished it with a corn and tomatillo lime salsa. And we also have a little crown because we are the queens.
Taking the crown, I give this one originality, this one presentation, but in the end, this...
And for the final bonus event, these lovely ladies decided to pour it on during the margarita mix-off, creating some pretty cool concoctions for all to enjoy.
Our top layer is a mixture of raspberry and strawberries. The middle layer, the white, is coconut pineapple, and our bottom layer is a touch of blue. In honor of the wonderful United States of America and the Mrs. America Pageant, please enjoy our wonderful fruit margaritas.
I'm from Kansas. Thought it might be fun to do a Wizard of Oz theme, so we came together and put together this Ruby Slippers margarita for you with prickly pear,
monster
and a tornado.
Squirrel.
Perfect.
We chose to go with a Bloody Mary margarita, but in New Mexico we call them Bloody Maria. So this is the Maria Margarita.
Well, I hope you like some cake.
Yeah. We have to give the crown to Ruby Slipper.
It's not just beauty and brains, family and charm. There are extra points to be earned from everything from a scavenger hunt to a Mrs. America trivia quiz, from horseback riding to barrel racing to an actual cooking showdown. And we have now found our 2 bonus winners. And when we come back, our 10 semifinalists will now become 12.
Coming up, we'll round out our top 12. And the girls of Mrs. America hit the red carpet. Of Mrs. America 2006 continues on WeTV.
Well, we have showed you the bonus competitions. We told you how our ladies had a chance to earn extra skill performance points, to add to their scores and possibly win their way into the semifinal ranks, and turning our terrific 10 into a dazzling dozen. Well, we have computed the ladies' total scores, including the additional performance points, and the decision is here. Our 11th semifinalist, based on the performance points, is Mrs. Minnesota. And here she is, ladies and gentlemen, our 12th and final semifinalist. And it is Mrs. New York. Congratulations. Give a hand to all of our ladies. Let's join Lisa backstage right now. Sweetheart?
Okay, at this point, 2 of our ladies have earned their way into the semifinalist ranks by scoring extra performance points. But unfortunately, not everybody can get to the semifinals. Were you girls surprised by who made it into the semifinals?
Oh, I think that any person that was picked at this pageant, obviously there's always surprises. That's what makes it a wonderful, wonderful production, because there's so much placed on interview. And this group of ladies have been classy, they've been elegant, they've been powerful, and no matter who was up there, they would represent us well.
Oh, that's nice to say. And Mrs. Delaware, especially the 2 that were the additional picks, were you surprised by them?
No, not at all. I think we all worked very hard at our competitions, and they did work extra hard, and they deserve to be there.
And just remember that you are down, but not necessarily out, because, of course, at Mrs. America, there's even more surprises to come. John?
Well, thank you very much, Lisa. It is a real highlight of the competition as we get better acquainted with our Mrs. America semifinalists and get a better look at them as well. It's the swimwear competition, and it happens right now. Ladies.
Mrs. Georgia. Mrs. Georgia is 23-year-old Robin Mason, a jewelry designer. She attended Columbia College. She's been married for 2 years to Cameron, an infantryman in the U.S. Army. They make their home in Savannah. Mrs. Wyoming. Mrs. Wyoming is 24-year-old Amy McWilliams, a small business owner. She attended the University of Wyoming. She's been married for 4 years to Lane, a mechanical analyst, and they make their home in Gillette. They're the parents of 2. Mrs. Alaska. Mrs. Alaska is 33-year-old Michelle Martin. She's a clinical therapist with the Anchorage School District. She graduated from the University of Alaska. She's been married for 4 years to Jason Arthur, a graphic designer. They make their home in Anchorage and are the parents of 1. Mrs. Washington. Mrs. Washington is 44-year-old Patricia Blair. An early education teacher, she attended Pacific Lutheran University. She's been married for 25 years to Jerry, a software engineer. They make their home in Duval and are the parents of one. Mrs. Louisiana. Mrs. Louisiana is 30-year-old Nomika Guillory, a licensed geriatric nurse. She attended McNeese State University. She's been married for 9 months to Elijah Jr., the director of a community clinic. They make their home in the town of Iowa and are the parents of one son. Mrs. Utah. Mrs. Utah is 26-year-old Drennan Baker, a stay-at-home mom. She attended Utah Valley State College. She's been married for 4.5 years to Lee, a writer, and they make their home in Draper. They're the parents of 2. Mrs. Nebraska. Mrs. Nebraska is 30-year-old Jennifer Bradley, a senior pharmaceutical sales rep. She graduated from the University of Nebraska. She's been married for 6 years to Darren, a stay-at-home dad. They make their home in Bennington and are the parents of 2. Mrs. Arizona. Mrs. Arizona is 29-year-old Diane Tucker, an account executive for a mortgage company. She graduated from the University of Arizona. She's been married for 5 years to Thomas, a professional firefighter. They make their home in Tucson. Mrs. Colorado. Mrs. Colorado is 31-year-old Barney Duckworth, an instructional designer and web developer. She graduated from the University of Colorado. She's been married for 7 years to Scott, a project manager. They make their home in Centralia and are the parents of 1. Mrs. Iowa. Mrs. Iowa is 24-year-old Katie Scott, a medical student and assistant to a plastic surgeon. She attends Des Moines University Medical School. She's been married for 1 year to Bill, a fellow med student, and he's second lieutenant in the U.S. Air Force. They make their home in Des Moines. Mrs. Minnesota. Mrs. Minnesota is 35-year-old Holly Ernst, a freelance ad designer. She graduated from the University of Wisconsin. She's been married for 4 years to Matthew, a business vice president. They make their home in North Oaks and are the parents of 1. Mrs. New York. Mrs. New York is 41-year-old Lydia Goldsmith, an attorney. She graduated from St. John's University School of Law. She's been married for 13 years to Stephen, who is also an attorney. They make their home in Dix Hills and are the parents of 3. There they are, your 12 semifinalists for Mrs. America.
Right now, here is another look at the ladies at work and at play. This might help you pick your favorite semifinalist on her way to the title and the crown of Mrs. America.
Even with all the hard work and competition, the ladies of Mrs. America make time to take in a bit of the Southwest scenery. And the historical old Tucson studios is just the place to do it.
These are real buildings, functioning buildings, and it's just incredible that it's in the middle of the desert, in the middle of nowhere.
And we're about to catch ourselves a gun shootout, so come on with us. Yeehaw!
Gals get a little too close for comfort when it comes to some good old Wild West action.
Take him out quietly. Bada bing. Bada boom.
They said that I didn't use the right outhouse, so here I am.
The highlight for others is donning some feathers and a dress, kicking up their heels, and stopping up some fun with a saloon-style can-can.
Corsets are a little bit too tight for us, so we can't breathe.
Oh,
Refreshed by a cool snack in the Arizona sun, the natural history of the Desert Museum calls.
I've seen lots of plants and cacti and other green things, which was surprising for the desert.
I'm not done.
You're taking a picture.
Cat fight. Oh, you witch.
You're so goofy. No, you're supposed to.
just saw two of the most beautiful otters. I've never seen an otter before, so it's really exciting to be here. It's kind of hot, but it's exciting.
A few ladies get a private pass at a behind-the-scenes look at some of the wildlife that call the Sonora Desert home.
We're going behind the scenes right now. We're going to go check out a white-tailed deer right now.
From grubbies to gowns, these fashion-conscious delegates are ready for any occasion, and they're shining brightly as they walk the red carpet at Tucson's historic Fox Theater.
We are just so excited about tonight's red carpet event. There's a huge turnout. We're so excited about seeing Breakfast at Tiffany's. It's a classic. It's glamorous. It's everything that embodies what we are and what we're doing out here tonight.
And the fun gold shoes and have my little Marilyn Monroe pose and have a good time.
It was really glamorous. We felt like movie stars.
And of course, these ladies know the proper way to end an enjoyable day, and that's on the dance floor.
I'm excited. I never came here expecting to make top 12, top 10. I'm so excited.
You know what's really great is that all 12 girls are real and amazing women and couldn't have deserved it more. So I'm really excited to even be able to be up there competing with those women.
Oh, yes.
All righty, so you want a little more excitement? Well, here's something that has never been done before, even though you probably have thought about this at home. So how about this? How many times have you been watching a pageant at home and wondering how on earth the judges could possibly have overlooked Mrs. XYZ? I mean, what were they thinking of? Well, we were thinking of the same thing. So, how about if we let all of the ladies who didn't make it into the finals pick one of their own and put them back into the running tonight? The ladies, and who knows the fellow contestants better than them, they're going to vote someone who didn't make it in the first time back into the competition, and they'll create an instant finalist, and it is bound to be some campaigning for that vote. Right, Lisa?
Do you think that you know who you're going to vote for? I do know. I've got a very special lady in mind. Do you have a feeling that there's a general favorite among the girls? I actually think that everyone kind of has connected over the last 2 weeks, and they kind of have a special favorite of their own.
And would you be surprised if that favorite were you?
I hope.
Well, I hope too. Good luck to you, Mrs. California. And that special vote is coming up next.
Next, it's the elegant formal wear competition. And meet the charming and beautiful reigning Mrs. World. Welcome back to Mrs. America 2006, coming from Tucson's luxurious Lowe's Ventana Canyon Resort.
You know, each year there is absolutely nothing more elegant, nothing more special than the formal wear competition as we meet and marvel at some remarkable women. So without further ado, let's do just that.
This is Georgia.
Georgia is such a special state. The fact that I am able to be here and represent Georgia in this national arena, it's such an honor. I'm very happy to be here.
This is Wyoming.
I would use Mrs. America as a voice to encourage people to follow their dreams and to stay on the right path and to know that they can do it. And I feel like as Mrs. Wyoming or as Mrs. America, I'm a perfect example of that.
Mrs. Alaska.
We're all striving for this crown, but we're all then taking a moment to live in the moment and to really enjoy each other, because no matter who walks away with the crown, everybody walks away with friendships.
Mrs. Washington.
I was diagnosed as having multiple sclerosis, and I spent 7 years in a wheelchair. Then 4 years ago, when my health improved, I learned how to walk again without my cane. So I am honestly just happy to be here, and I'm having the time of my life.
Mrs. Louisiana.
I was affected personally by Hurricane Rita. My house was totally demolished. We purchased a trailer when we evacuated in Texarkana, and we were living in our front yard. But it's okay. I want people to know that Katrina and Rita failed in their efforts to break our spirit.
Mrs. Utah.
I want to help people. I want to serve. I want to talk to people about gratitude. I found that in my life, when I am grateful, that it takes away worry, it takes fear and doubt away, it takes depression away. I feel that gratitude is such an important part of my life.
Mrs. Nebraska.
Taking care of ourselves and being healthy and being confident, it trickles down to our children, to our family, and I think that's very important. And if I could touch one person's life as Mrs. America, that would be my goal.
Mrs. Arizona.
This is a wonderful opportunity to have a title as Mrs. Arizona, and I feel very honored to have a title to go out into the community and speak to schools and civic organizations about my platform, breast cancer awareness.
Mrs. Colorado.
Our state pageant usually has at least 50 women compete every year. So for me to even have that crown means so much, and it means so much to women in the state of Colorado, and to be able to represent all those women just means the world to me.
Mrs. Iowa.
To me, the Mrs. America role really represents the all-American woman. Women today do so many things. You don't have to be a stay-at-home mom, but you can be. You don't have to be a career woman, but you can be. And that's just such a great dichotomy.
Mrs. Minnesota.
Being in Tucson for this pageant, it's being in a desert paradise. It couldn't be more beautiful. It's so different from the state that I'm from. The terrain and the people, the feel, the vibe, everything, it's just so southwestern, and it feels like something from a movie set. It's just gorgeous.
Mrs. New York.
I practice law in New York. I'm a black belt in karate. I have a family. I'm writing a book right now, and I ride a dirt bike. I do all these things, and I think that Mrs. America should be what I would consider a Renaissance woman.
Once again, may I present the semifinalists for the coveted crown of Mrs. America.
Ladies, did you have any personal favorites in the formal wear?
I think they all look fabulous, and I was so proud of them. They're all my favorites because I've had so much fun over the last 15 days getting to know them.
Now, do you think that the formal wear competition hurt or helped anyone specifically?
No, they were all very beautiful, but I think I love how Louisiana just walked. She's so elegant on stage. So.
She is elegant. It's fun to watch. Well, just like you, the girls have their favorites, but now it's time to go back to John, where he's got someone very special to this pageant.
Earlier this year, our own Mrs. America joined married women from more than 35 different countries in St. Petersburg, Russia, where a beautiful young winner was crowned Mrs. World 2006. She first represented her native Russia, and now she has flown halfway around the world to officially greet us. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure to present the #1 married woman in the world, Sofia Arzhakovskaya, Mrs. World. How are you? What a stunning gown she has, isn't it? Now, this is your first trip to America. How have you enjoyed it?
I like America very much, and American people. They are friendly and kind. American is great. Beautiful country.
Thank you very much. Once again, Mrs. World 2006. Thank you, Sonia.
Us bottom 39 are getting our picture together. Go like that.
Each year we say that we're only as good as our judges panel. And this year we happen to be exceptionally good. Would you please meet our distinguished panel of achievers who'll be choosing our newest title holder. Our official host is a longtime aerospace executive and a 2-time mayor of the great city of Tucson. His Honor, Robert Walkup. Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Also joining us, an Emmy Award-winning producer of The Richard Simmons Show, a writer for Joan Rivers, and the producer of That's Incredible, the incredible Nora Fraser. And a genuine American sports hero, baseball superstar, veteran of three World Series, 5-time All-Star, the great Matt Williams. Now, today, she is a busy trial attorney in Tuscaloosa, Alabama, but just 2 years ago, she was crowned Mrs. America. We love you, Julie Love Templeton. And a TV heartthrob who starred in shows from Land of the Lost to Days of Our Lives. He was the co-creator of the huge hit Dragon Tales. He's now a producer, Wesley Ure. So how is your favorite doing so far? Well, here's another behind-the-scenes look at the semifinalists.
All the ladies of Mrs. America were special guests of the AAA Tucson Sidewinders. But it was local gal Mrs. Arizona that has the honor of throwing out the first pitch.
Ready?
Strike one. Then the gals showed off their singing prowess as they belt out the national anthem. This was an especially important moment because the ladies of Mrs. America are involved in the National Anthem Project.
We're here at a seminar for the National Anthem Project, which is something we really support here at the Mrs. America Pageant. The contestants love it. It's about teaching people who don't know the National Anthem, the National Anthem.
She's done an amazing job in Ohio, and I just wanted to recognize Rhonda for doing such a great job.
Once it's time to play ball, the ladies make the most of their time at the ballpark. And for some, that means more than just a ball game.
The blow-up slide! Here we go! That was awesome!
Back at the Lowe's Ventana Canyon Resort, the gift-giving tradition of Mrs. America continues in the prestigious 5-star restaurant, the Ventana Room.
It's kind of different for me to go first because usually I'm last, being number 51. So this is nice.
Well, things are heating up here at the Lowe's Ventana Canyon Resort, but it's not exactly the Arizona weather. It's the decision that all these girls are waiting to make, which is who they are going to vote back into the competition. And girls, I'm sure that you're probably not judging on swimwear and evening gowns, but what's the criteria you're using to make this really important decision?
Well, as it's a secret ballot, I'm really not willing to divulge that right now.
Oh, she's sly.
I think that we've been talking back here, and we want someone that would be able to go out there and represent all of us back here and represent our country, and most importantly, be able to do this job. We think that they all absolutely could win it. We'd want them to do a great job. So anyone it's up for the big prize is still up in the air. Who knows?
I vote for Arizona. I think she's the most humble person, genuine person, sincere person.
Actually, my roommate probably Tracy. This is Tennessee.
Can I vote for me? Can I vote for myself?
Well, this is going to be very exciting, and that special vote is coming up. But first, we've got John out on stage. John?
Please join me again now in welcoming the reigning Mrs. America, Andrea Pruce.
It was just a year ago that I walked onto the Mrs. America stage in Palm Springs, California, with 50 other women. While John O'Hurley was talking, I looked up and I wished on a star. Later that night, I was crowned Mrs. America. I'm living proof that wishes really do come true. And I know that Mrs. America changed my life and my family. It just might do the same for you. If you've ever been curious or know someone, don't just sit back and wonder. Don't let it pass you by. You can get everything you need just by going to www.mrsamerica.com. Or you can write to Mrs. America at 2412 Wilshire Boulevard, Suite 204, Santa Monica, California, 90403. And next year, who knows? It could be you.
Thank you very much. And when we come back, we're going to learn the names of our 5 finalists for the title and the crown, because now it's getting good.
Coming up, it's time to announce our 5 finalists. And one lucky gal will be voted back in for a chance to be crowned Mrs. America.
Dakota, Tennessee, Montana.
We'll be back with more Mrs. America.
Welcome back as we get ready to unveil the finalists for the crown as the search for Mrs. America continues.
Well, it's a very special evening with very special ladies, and it doesn't get any better than this year's lovely semi-finalists as we present them together for one last time. And it's time now to find out who the judges have picked as the 5 finalists for the title of Mrs. America.
Colorado. Why?
The envelope is in the hands of our accountant, Phil Dalrymple, a partner in the Tucson accounting firm of R&A. Phil, may I have the envelope, please? Thank you, sir. Your job is done. Ladies, the names are in no particular order, and good luck to all of you. Our first finalist is Mrs. Arizona. Our second finalist is Mrs. Utah.
She's a sweetheart, too.
Our third finalist is Mrs. Colorado. Our fourth finalist is Mrs. Nebraska. And now we're down to one, only one name left. Our fifth and final finalist is Mrs. Louisiana. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. The judges have selected their 5 finalists. Ladies, you've come a long, long way. Congratulations.
And girls, now that you've seen the final 5, does it change your vote at all as to who you're going to vote for the final?
Not at all. I already have mine from the very beginning, so I'm not changing mine.
Yes, I know exactly who I'm going to vote for. We have kind of a unique perspective since we've gotten to spend so much time with the ladies, and I know who I feel like deserves the opportunity to be back in there in the top 6.
The roomies made it. We said, wouldn't that be so cool if we were both called up and nonetheless standing next to each other? So
And we were standing next to each other tonight.
Yeah. So it's so cool.
Now, you may not realize, but 2 of the greatest unsung heroes of the entire Mrs. America pageant are a pair of choreographers who each year become the women's very best friends, I promise you. And right now, we're going to put that team of dynamic duo together, Frit and Frat Fuller, for a very special performance with Mrs. World and Mrs. America. Ladies and gentlemen, the choreography of Frit and Frat.
Wait a minute. know me.
They only have a couple of days to put that together. I thought that was absolutely unbelievable. I have to admit, though, this is one remarkably good-looking group of women. Then we have to confess, though, that some of them may have had a little help from a very good friend of ours. But only one of these shapely ladies has had such an impressive weight loss. Well, she's won a big fat check from NV Weight Loss Beauty People. Please welcome NV personal trainer Eric Modine, who's here to present a check for $2,500 to NV's greatest transformation winner, Mrs. Michigan, Jody Bernhardt. Come on in the center here. Congratulations to you.
She won the NV winner. Oh, cool.
Congratulations to you. You look absolutely stunning tonight. It is not just our dedication to the remarkable American married woman that sets Mrs. America apart. It's the innovation, like letting our own ladies vote and actually putting somebody back in the running.
Y'all can cut that out, right?
Are you taking the votes?
Did everybody vote?
I voted for South Carolina.
Everybody give me their ballots. We voted. Your ballots in?
There's a lot of amazing women here that deserved it.
South Dakota, Tennessee,
North Carolina.
Alabama,
California.
Robin's pregnant. Mrs. Georgia is pregnant. 3.5 months.
Well, we are backstage with a true scandal, what we just found out. Mrs. Georgia, would you like to make an announcement?
Yes, now that I know that I don't have any chance of being Mrs. America, I can come clean and tell everybody what I've been thinking about for the past 3.5 months. My husband and I are expecting our first child.
Oh, it's so exciting.
So we have a baby on the way.
And now I need to get your address because I have to send this dress right right to you. It's so exciting.
Great,
and don't say that the chances are out yet because, again, there's one special person that we're voting back in.
That's very true. Wait around and we'll see who it is.
Only the one needs to be in the envelope. But we need to have a top 3 that's going to go up on stage.
I am looking for 3 young ladies. Can I have South Carolina, North Carolina, and Maine come with me, please?
The drama continues.
Well, the ladies have voted. The votes have been tabulated. And it is now my pleasure to present the 3 top vote getters. Only one of whom is on her way to the finals. The extra added finalist will be either Mrs. Maine, Mrs. North Carolina, or Mrs. South Carolina. Only one of these ladies will be voted back into the running for this year's Mrs. America. Who will it be? We're going to find out very soon. Don't go away.
Coming up, find out who will join the top 5 finalists and the reigning Mrs. America's final words before she relinquishes her crown.
All right, well, here we go. All 3 of these ladies are here because their co-competitors voted them back on stage. One of them will be shooed right in as a finalist for Mrs. America. Who will it be? I have the answer right in my hands here. And here we go. And the top vote getter is Mrs. North Carolina.
gonna mess up.
Now, what is your reaction? This is a rather strong statement from all the girls backstage.
Well, I love the judges, but I think there's something to be said about the sisterhood. And so, girls, thank you from the bottom of my heart. I mean it.
Well, congratulations to you. How about that, huh?
I appreciate the vote. Thank you. Hawaii voted for.
I voted for South Carolina. California voted for. I did.
Tennessee did.
Do you think it's funny it's no one that was in the top 12?
That was worth every bit of it, you know. Good luck. Good luck. Good luck. Good luck.
As you've seen, there's a whole lot more to the Mrs. America competition than just being pretty. And the rewards are a whole lot more than just a crown and a sash. Mrs. America wins real treasure, and here's just a partial peek into that royal treasury vault.
This year's booty is as impressive as ever, including Levion Jewelry, a worldwide designer of fine jewelry, will present the new Mrs. America with a collection of shimmering diamond necklaces, sparkling earrings, and bracelets from their Deco Estate collection, and dazzling blue tanzanites from their Arusha collection, all valued at $25,000. Levion will also present our winner with elegant matching limited edition his and her diamond Swiss-made timepieces, valued at $5,000. The new Mrs. America will also receive more than $3,000 in resort wear, merchandise, and cash from the Carol Weir Designer Swimwear Collection. Carol Weir's patented Slimsuit, the swimsuit that guarantees an inch or more off the waist and stomach just by slipping it on. And the newly crowned Mrs. America will be able to maintain her slim and trim appearance with a workout wear wardrobe from NV, the weight loss beauty product, along with a personal trainer, products, and $2,500 in cash, all from NV.
I know one of the things that I've really appreciated with NV is that I'm going to look like a Mrs. America.
Beginning of June, I started taking the NV, and without changing anything else about my training or diet, I lost 9 pounds.
And from the world-famous Beverly Hills salon of Edwards Lowell, Mrs. America receives a luxurious 3/4 length stone-washed merino shearling coat valued at $5,000. The new Mrs. America also receives a 1-year supply of Super Smile, the whitening oral care system most recommended by cosmetic dentists worldwide. Created by Dr. Erwin Smigel, known as the father of aesthetic dentistry, Super Smile guarantees safe and effective whitening without sensitivity or any chance of over-bleaching. And Mrs. America will drive off in her brand new car, one of the most distinguished vehicles in America, the all-new 2007 Hyundai Entourage minivan. Featuring V6 power and automatic transmission, the new Hyundai Entourage recently earned an Excellency and Safety Award and is backed by the Hyundai Advantage, America's best warranty.
Ladies and gentlemen, together for the very first time, our 6th finalists for the title of Mrs. America. We're down to our very final step in finding a brand new keeper of the crown. And you know what this means. It's time for the questions. We're going to ask each one of you a question. In the Mrs. America tradition, the questions were actually written by our 51 winners themselves. And obviously, nobody gets their own question. Now, backstage, you drew the order that you're going to answer in. So here we go. Mrs. Utah. What should Mrs. America see when she looks in the mirror?
Mrs. America should see somebody that is happy, who has joy, and I believe that we find this through doing service to other people and having gratitude, even if it's something very small. This is something that I found that works in my life, and when I look in the mirror, I see somebody who is truly happy.
Beautifully put. All righty. Mrs. Nebraska. What is something that we would be surprised to know about you?
You would probably be surprised that I grew up on a farm. My dad, he was a farmer, obviously. And the big thing on the farm was I actually kind of was a city girl because I would go into town and ride my friends' mopeds. And it was truly from the garage to town. So a farm girl probably would surprise most of you.
Surprising, certainly me. Well put. All right, Mrs. Arizona. Your question is this. How would you define success?
I think success starts in the home. I think you have to have a strong family unit and good friends with a positive attitude to have success in your life. I think you need to continue to improve, to strengthen and improve your communication skills, to really use effective communication, such as sharing ideas and feelings and values and beliefs, and really listen to one another. And I think that that's a strong foundation to success in life.
This is Arizona. Well put. You sneak in here. This is North Carolina. Nice to have you back.
Nice to be back.
All right. Your question is this. What is your biggest fear?
Well, it was not getting voted back in. I think my biggest fear, I'm a proponent that you've got to face life head on and believe in yourself 110%. And sometimes you face things that just seem bigger than life and bigger than you are. But I believe that fear is the false expectation of something appearing real. And so I always teach others in life coaching and throughout the things that I do in my life that try to evaluate what it is you're afraid of. And so for me, what I'm most afraid of, John, is right now being out here with these beautiful ladies and not representing those ladies back there to the best of my ability, that they voted me back in here.
Very nice report. This is North Carolina.
Hello, my dear. All right. This is Louisiana. Your question. How would you best describe yourself?
I would have to say that I am a proponent of life, service, and liberty. We were brought into this life to mold children, give them something to look forward to, and be their role models. And it all starts with our youth. Our youth are failing. They're suffocated by pessimism. I believe there are three things that we can give our youth. Give them a life of God, give them an education, and give them service. If we show our youth that the best reward in life is a life of service, then we have not failed them. Thank you.
Beautifully put. Beautifully put. All righty. Mrs. Colorado, our sixth and final finalist. Here's your question. Whom do you consider the greatest living role model for women, and why?
That's a great question, by the way. For me personally, I think the best role model that I have right now is my mother. And my mother's a role model for me because what she taught me in life was not something that she said to me, and it wasn't something that she said I had to do, but she did something very, very special, and it was actually embodied in a quote by Harry Truman in which he said, the best advice we can give our children is to ask them what they want to do and then encourage them to do it. And that's absolutely what my mother has done for me in my life. And she is sitting here tonight to encourage me, and she's always been behind me 100%. And Mom, I'm going to do that for my son Owen and make you proud. Thank you.
Well, there you have it. Great questions.
Great answers and great ladies. We thank each and every one of you one last time. Thank you. You know, one of the great joys of hosting Mrs. America is meeting winning ladies from every state in the Union. And it's a pleasure to introduce our reigning title holder, the proud mother of both Will and Savannah Bell, and the proud wife of Bill, from Huntington Beach, California, Andrea Bruce, Mrs. America. I'm going to give you one. There we go. Isn't she a great dancer? Wasn't that just spectacular, you and Mrs. Will? Now, you did not have a long time to rehearse that, and I admired how much work you guys put into that. I thought it was just extraordinary. But speaking of extraordinary, you have had an extraordinary year. From the last time I saw you in Palm Springs, onto that star-covered night when you were crowned. Give us just a walkthrough of just a single memory that you'd look back on right now to put your finger on and say, this symbolized my year.
Goodness, it's been so magical. I think one of the things that's meant the most to me has been working with children that have cancer. And I had the chance to walk into a hospital, and I saw the doors fly open, and a little boy in a wheelchair came in. He was 10 years old. His name was Lawrence. And he said that he was having a very painful procedure that day, a biopsy on his leg. And his mommy couldn't be there because she had to work 2 jobs to pay for the medical bills. But when he heard that a princess was going to be in the hospital that day, he wanted them to bring them to me as quickly as possible to see if I could sprinkle a little fairy dust on his leg to make the hurt go away. So I got to be a fairy princess. And I realized at that point that it wasn't Andrea Pruce that gave that magic to that little boy, but it was Mrs. America. And I know he made this Mrs. America believe in magic again.
Beautifully put. Oh. Andrea, what a lovely story. You are truly an elegant lady. Well, the time has come for one of Mrs. America's greatest and sadly, the most touching tradition, with our love and our thanks. Our congratulations. One of our finest title holders ever. Please take your farewell walk as we thank you. Andrea Pruce, Mrs. America.
Magic. That's what being Mrs. America is all about. In the blink of an eye, I've gone from being the tearful, newly crowned Mrs. America to now the tearful Mrs. America, passing on the tradition of representing America's beautiful, talented, and gracious married women. To my husband, Bill, and my 2 sweet angels, Savannah, Belle, and Will, thank you for not just sharing me this year, but for experiencing and celebrating every moment of it. You've allowed me to dream with my eyes wide open. I hope I've shown you that if you get the choice to sit it out or dance, I hope you dance. Thank you to the Women's Entertainment Network for my beautiful swan song. I truly believe I've been in the arms of the angels this year. It's time for this butterfly to spread her wings.
We are literally just minutes away from crowning a new Mrs. America. And what do you ladies think? Do you have a favorite in mind?
Yeah, absolutely.
Who's your favorite?
All of the girls have done a great job, but I personally have a favorite of Utah because I think Drennan is just everything that Mrs. America should be, and I've been rooting for her since day one. I told her this morning that I just had a vision that she is in the top 5, and I see her taking the crown tonight.
Oh, well, that is great. It's so touching. I love it. And do you have a favorite at home, and will your favorite win? Well, we have all the answers and the new Mrs. America when we come back.
Coming up next, the moment we've all been waiting for. It's the crowning of the new Mrs. America. Ladies and gentlemen, one final time, welcome back all the lovely ladies of Mrs. America. And now, please welcome the 6 very excited husbands of our 6 finalists.
Well, here they come. Our 6 finalists. Ladies, who would have thought that a year ago we'd all be here together in Tucson in front of friends and family, television cameras that are beaming us all across the country and around the world? Well, congratulations, you made it.
Ladies, the judges have made their decision. May I have the envelope, please?
There we go.
I'll let you open it. Our thanks and love are with you. And please take one deep breath because here we go.
All righty. Our 5th runner-up is Mrs. Nebraska.
Our 4th runner-up is Mrs. North Carolina.
Our 3rd runner-up is Mrs. Louisiana.
Our
second runner-up.
It's getting exciting.
It is. It's very exciting. Our second runner-up is Mrs. Utah.
All righty, you see them holding hands now. It's down to just 2 women representing more than 65 million married women in our country in just seconds. One of you is going to be the brand new Mrs. America. And of course, if for any reason the new Mrs. America can't fulfill her obligations, the first runner-up will automatically assume the title. I have the final envelope. Our first runner-up is... Our first runner-up is... Mrs. Colorado, the new Mrs. America, is Mrs. Arizona, Diane Tucker. Wow. Well, there you have it, the official sash, Lisa, the sparkling crown that's fit for a queen. And of course, now it's the time for Mrs. America's official duty, her walk, and the greeting.
That official royal walk starts right now as we present tonight's fabulous winner, the brand new Mrs. America.
Now, as we know, there's a whole world of sensational prizes for brand new Mrs. America. She starts off with a brand new car, fantastic jewelry, a swimwear wardrobe, a check in beauty products, a shearling coat. The total package is valued at more than $100,000.
That sounds good. Plus, she gets a fantastic 12 months of exciting personal appearances and trips to